It's a plane. It's the Jersey Devil. Welcome to the Lair of the Unknown, my friends. The darkest channel where reality becomes fascination. I am your host, the Dark Lord. And I'm not getting my intestines devoured by the creeper. I'm in my lair talking about something very similar, but far more fascinating. Now, what in God's name is this creature supposedly called the Jersey Devil that apparently roams the forests of Pine Barrens, New Jersey? The legend of the Jersey Devil dates all the way back to 1735, also known as the legend of Mother Leeds' 13th child. A lot of people would ask if there were any reported sightings of this creature before 1735, but the answer would be no. The legend of this creature would be similar to the legend of the Mothman of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. But unlike the Mothman, there have only been a few sightings of the Jersey Devil all the way up to present day, whereas there were more than 200 sightings of the Mothman until its permanent disappearance after 1967. However, there have been a couple famous documented encounters with the Jersey Devil, one of which was Napoleon Bonaparte's brother Joseph's encounter with the creature, but I will get to that later. Now let's circle back to 1735, the Mother Leeds legend. Jenna Leeds, known most notably as Mother Leeds, had 12 children with her unnamed husband. She then became pregnant with her 13th child. Upon discovering she was pregnant again, she became overrun with anger and vowed the child to be the devil. On a dark and rainy night in 1735, Mother Leeds went into labor, with her family surrounded by her. She finally gave birth to a beautiful child. However, the night quickly became a nightmare when the child transformed into a hideous creature with horns, bat wings, and hooves and attacked everyone in sight. It then flew up the chimney and disappeared into the Pine Barrens. According to sources, it was believed by some that Mother Leeds was actually a witch, and the father of the creature was possibly possessed by a demon, or as he also thought that the father was the devil himself, and that the entire situation was the result of a curse that was placed upon the child by Mother Leeds, due to the unlucky number 13. There has also been many skeptics that claimed that Mother Leeds and her family never even existed, that the Jersey Devil legend was made up as a ghost story to frighten the gullible, or another creature made to discredit the work of cryptozoologists, just like the legend of the Dover Demon of Massachusetts. And no, I'm not going to talk about that one. Of course, from the late 1600s to early 1700s, many women with psychological problems and disorders were thought to be involved in witchcraft by many religious priests and popes, which in Massachusetts led to the Salem witch trials, where many women were executed for believing to be witches, which continued even after the trials into the early 1700s. Mother Leeds, whose real name was Deborah Leeds, if she did indeed exist, was thought to be a black witch of malevolent folklore. If the Jersey Devil was real, I highly doubt that it would be massive and like all many claim it is. Take a look at the Philadelphia Bulletin illustration from January 1909. It does have the wings, hooves, horns, and horse and goat-like head, like eyewitnesses have described, but its size height-wise looks a little too big and tall for reality. There has also been a few other stories that have claimed to have given rise to the legend of the Jersey Devil, rather than it just the Mother Leeds story. Another story is that a young Leeds girl had fallen in love with a British soldier before the 1778 Battle of Chestnut Neck. However, the townspeople saw this as an act of treason and cursed the girl. She later gave birth to a baby that became known as the Leeds Devil. Another story is that a woman was scared by a gypsy who was asking her for food and had refused due to her being too scared. He cursed her, and believing the curse to have been forgotten, gave birth to her first baby in 1850. Whereas the same as the Leeds story, it became the devil and vanished into the Pine Barrens. Another unknown story is that in October of 1830, a man named John Valight, whatever his name is, was giving his children a show of monstrous masks and looked greatly like the Jersey Devil. popular among the residents and became a tradition. Now, this story seems more like an origin of Halloween rather than being a Jersey Devil origin story, and seems the most unlikely as well. It seems to me that the Mother Leads 13th Child story is the most likely and most convincing out of all the Jersey Devil origin stories, seeing as they all contain most of the same details. Now, if the Jersey Devil does exist, what are its habits? Many believe that since it's a devil of some sort, it can take on many different forms, and they blame it for causing livestock mutilation, failure of crops, and climate activity. To me, this sounds very similar to what the Mothman was doing in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. It was also said that the Jersey Devil appears once only 7 years. What began to shape the culture of the Pine Barrens is when various workers and policemen began sighting the creature out and about throughout the pines. Two notable people, Commodore Stephen Decatur and Napoleon Bonaparte's brother Joseph Bonaparte, have both had their own encounters with this creature. Commodore Decatur was visiting a firing range while inspecting his cannonballs. He claimed to have seen a creature with bat wings and attempted to shoot it down. However, it took no effect and the creature vanished. Joseph Bonaparte claimed to have seen the devil creature in Bordentown, New Jersey, while hunting for game. Now, what supposedly does the Jersey Devil look like? To me, all the reports of the Jersey Devil's appearance remind me significantly of the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers, or the Bat Out of Hell, which actually seems to be a great nickname for it. It is said to be kangaroo-like with the head of a horse, body of a donkey, hoofs for feet, and a strong tail. It also contains horns on its head and bat-like wings. Most might think that this is called the Jersey Devil, is Satan-like to get more people interested in it, but odds are that when it comes to reality, most would be disappointed or overjoyed by its true appearance. There came times after the 1909 sightings of the Jersey Devil, and many claimed that this creature was like Nessie, a prehistoric animal such as a pterodactyl. However, most denied this claim, seeing as universities saw no similarities between the Jersey Devil and any recorded dinosaur. Now, in 2015, a man claimed to have captured not just a realistic photo, but odds are the most convincing photo to date of the Jersey Devil taking flight around the Pine Barrens. When you see this photo, will you be any more convinced of the Jersey Devil's existence as me? Join me next time, my friends, when I epically conclude the discussion surrounding the legendary Jersey Devil. Ciao, bitches.